Welcome to Word of the Week. We are reflecting on the three parables in Luke chapter 15, the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son. And last week we looked at the lost sheep. Today our focus is the second of those parables, the parable of the lost coin. And as mentioned last week, these parables do speak powerfully to us at a personal level, but they also have a pertinent message to us in our ministry at U-Turn, because they give us a window into the heart of God, who seeks out the lost and wants to bring them home. Remember, these parables are aimed at the muttering Pharisees and teachers of the law who were offended that Jesus was spending time with tax collectors and sinners, those they regarded as social outcasts who should be avoided. I suggested that today, in some ways, the homeless are seen as being in that category. People to be avoided or ignored in the hope that they would go away and just not be in my space. So, having spoken about the farmer who leaves his 99 sheep and goes looking for the one that's lost to bring it home with rejoicing, Jesus goes on to tell a second parable of the woman lighting a lamp and sweeping her house and looking for her precious lost coin. Jesus went on to say, "Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Doesn't she light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbors together and says, 'Rejoice with me, I have found my lost coin.' In the same way, I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents." Jesus is expanding his appeal to include a woman who experiences a loss. This time, not out in the fields like the farmer, in his workplace as it were, but a loss in her home, a domestic loss if you like, and one that represented financial security for her. People who are homeless experience these sort of losses: loss of work and income, and loss of home and financial security. These parables speak very pertinently to us in the ministry of U-Turn, do they not? We see in these two parables that losses like these, loss of work, loss of home, loss of financial security, are important to God. Jesus is telling these parables to show us that the heart of God moves in compassionate action to find and restore what has been lost. Two other points to note. First, note how the intensity of the loss is being ramped up. It was 1 sheep out of 100, and here it's 1 coin out of 10, and in the next parable it's 1 son out of 2. The loss is felt more and more keenly as we progress through the 3 parables. Take from that this deep, aching heart of God for those that are lost. And second, we can see in these 3 parables a picture of God the Holy Trinity. We can easily identify Jesus as the Good Shepherd who seeks for the lost sheep to bring it home. Jesus, after all, calls himself the Good Shepherd. And in the 3rd parable, which we'll get to next week, we have the aching heart of the loving Father, longing, waiting for his prodigal son to return. And here, in the woman searching for her lost coin, are we not invited to reflect on the Holy Spirit who searches for what is lost? Because the striking thing about that lost coin is that it's lifeless. It cannot bleat for help like the lost sheep. It cannot come to its senses and decide to return home like the lost son. It saw lies, they're lost. It got bumped and no one saw it, roll off the table and land up in a dark, forgotten corner. And the Old Testament often portrays the Spirit of God. The Hebrew word is ruach, meaning breath or wind or spirit, as the one who brings life out of death, out of emptiness, out of chaos. And the Hebrew word for ruach is feminine. So we have here a picture of the heart of our triune God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, compassionately, relentlessly looking for the lost to bring each precious one home. Our ministry of helping people find a pathway out of homelessness is so very, very close to the heart of God. May you know that closeness in your work this week.